What is up? Welcome to another video. I'm so excited to be sharing this recipe with you. So right now in South Africa it is springtime. In fact, we don't really have a springtime. It is summertime. The temperatures are getting to 33 degrees Celsius, and so I'm going to be bringing you something that is healthy and something that is fresh and summery. We're going to be making a pork fillet with a sweet corn and strawberry salsa. So for this recipe, the ingredients are really minimal. You're going to need a can of sweet corn. If you don't want to use canned sweet corn, that's okay. You can boil your sweet corn on the cob and then just cut it off of the cob. You're going to obviously need some strawberries. You will need a red onion, and then I'll start up the dish of pork fillet. Pork fillet is beautiful because it is lean. It's a lean piece of meat, but it is not dry. So I'm going to be showing you how to make it. It is not the same as beef fillet, although it is the same portion of the animal, but you don't treat it the same way. For example, the beef fillet, you want to cook it medium rare and not all the way through, but because this is pork, we're going to be cooking it until it is well done. Okay, so I want you to take it out of the packet. It was vacuum sealed and beautiful, and you're going to inspect it. You will see it's got this piece of kind of like a tendon, and this doesn't, you can't chew this, it won't break down when you chew it. So you want to clean that piece off, and then just look at the other bits. This is a little bit of fat, that's okay. If you want to take that off, you can, but really what I want to take off is this piece. Make sure that you're using a sharp knife so that you don't cut off a lot of the flesh of your pork, and that you're mostly cutting off this piece that I say is, you can't really chew on it. And that's it. This can go into the bin, and then you've got your piece of pork fillet. Now you're going to season it. I've got salt. Make sure that I'm going to season it really well on both ends. And then I'm going to add pepper. I'm not really a big fan of pepper, but on pieces of meat like this, for example, if I was making a beef fillet, I would do the same. But usually when I season my food, I don't really like pepper. But for this big piece, thick piece of meat, that's going to be fine. So I have got my pan on the stove behind me, and I'm warming it up. You want it to be really hot before you add your piece of pork fillet, so that when it hits the pan, it seals the meat and keeps the juices inside. You want it to get a nice golden brown color on the outside, and then cook it all the way through. And once it's cooked, it's kind of like a whitish color. And then I'm going to be using some olive oil, adding it to my pan before putting my meat on there. If you've got a non-stick pan, please make use of it. It'll be so good. But if you don't, just make sure that you have enough oil. If you want to use butter, you can definitely do that. If you've got enough oil to not let your piece of meat stick to the pan. So it's almost ready. If your pan looks like this, don't worry. That's where all the flavor is going to come from. And as you can see, my fillet is nice and golden. This color over here is what's going to give us the flavor that we want. Look at it. And then I'm just going to take it off of the heat and set it aside. So I'm going to create my salsa. And for that, I have washed my strawberries already. Now, when you're hulling the strawberries, which means to take off the green bit, you can just kind of snap the green part off so that there's minimal wastage. But I know some people don't like this white bit that's on the strawberry. So when you cut it off, just make sure you're only cutting the white bit off, so that once again, you're not wasting the strawberry. So my salsa's done. Looks like this. It is a little bit sweet, a little bit tangy from the red onion. And now I'm going to cut my fillet up and put the salsa on top and enjoy it. So our dish is done and it's looking beautiful, tastes great. I've added a little bit of coriander shoots or some coriander sprigs. If you want to serve this with a carbohydrate, I would add a mashed potato, and if you want to add a little extra sauce on the side, something that goes well with the pork, something that is sweet and will enhance the flavors of the strawberries and the pork itself. And that's it for today's video. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you're interested in more recipes like this, I encourage you to check out my online course, the Modern Mom's Meal Plan, where I give you more than 10 recipes that are quick to do. This will, like this one, it takes you less than an hour and the cleaning up is really not that much. And I also provide you with a shopping list and something to help you plan your pantry better. Really, it is worth you checking it out. Check the description box below for the Modern Mom's Meal Plan, which is my online cooking course. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.